Take one.
Only take.
Only take.
Solo dolo.
We're one take boys.
It's like we're live all the time.
Yeah. No editing in this podcast.
Barely.
None.
Just a teensy bit to clean some stuff up sometimes, you know. But we're
Pretty good.
professional.
I mean, we're what, 47 episodes in?
Oh yeah, this is episode 47.
Wow.
Holy balls.
Been doing this for a while.
We're almost at 50.
Yeah, wow. Should we do something special for the 50th episode?
We should, like, dress up.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Well, we have plans post-podcast, but we're talking about for the podcast itself.
For the 50th
Yeah,
episode?
we should dress up.
Right?
Like
Costumes?
tuxedos?
Yeah.
Ooh, tuxedos, guys. Huh?
Tuxedo cast?
Tuxedo cast.
I could do a tuxedo cast.
It could be fun. I could definitely be down.
Do we need a different location, though?
Well, we can
Different
show
set?
Them,
We
we,
can
can
put
show
some,
them
like,
what's on the, we can finally show them what's on the other side of the camera. They've only seen like two corners of
We could put some
my
like
living room.
some like 5-0. Like we can get some balloons. Huh?
Okay.
We're doing a thing. Oh,
Like
couple
50th
guests.
episode.
Is this a
We can just have
brainstorm
guests,
or
like,
a
show up.
podcast?
We should probably like start.
Isn't a podcast just a brainstorm?
Right, I mean, our brains just keep firing on like lightning in a storm.
It darts like lightning.
Yeah, that's what we do. Anyways, welcome to the Packcast. I'm host number 1, Jacob Wade.
I'm host number 1, Jeremy Suarez.
It's not host number.
I'm host number 3, Logan Riley Bruner.
Should have all said.
Taking one for the team.
Fine, I'll be host number 2.
Yeah.
And welcome to episode 47. As we said, yeehaw, baby.
Ha ye.
Ha yee. Let me do some housekeeping really quick.
Please do.
Yes,
Take us away.
This past week, we released another interview
Yeah, we did.
for our dear and lovely collective member, Susanna.
Now, who the fuck
That wasn't me.
did not put their computer
Mine's
on
on
That
do
sounded
not
like
disturb?
yours, Jacob.
But it clearly wasn't. I didn't get an email or anything. I'm on Do Not Disturb. Who was it?
Also on Do Not Disturb.
Who was it? Who was it? No, Logan, check. Go ahead.
Wasn't
He's
me.
on Do Not Disturb too.
It wasn't me. My
Wasn't
last
me.
email came in at 3:15.
Mine came in 3 minutes ago, but it wasn't that one.
Anyway.
That's where the power of editing comes in handy.
I don't think
it's possible.
I mean, you could just cut that moment out. Just like a nice little, that moment didn't happen.
Oh, you're ruining it.
Okay.
You're
the
ruining
canonicity. I feel like that's all we have to clean up.
Canonicity.
Yeah, that's right. I fucking invent words.
It's called continuity, Jeremy.
Same difference.
Canonicity?
It's a word now. I'm starting it right now.
Yeah, try looking it up.
You don't need to.
Because it's real, right?
It is. Now it is. Words are all invented, baby.
Uh-huh.
That was all the housekeeping we needed to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
New interviews coming soon.
Yeah.
Interview's coming soon.
We're
As
filming and
always.
editing, as always.
We're brainstorming, as always.
Clearly, there's proof of it right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at us.
We're enjoying the time. We've taken some time to relax in January. It's been quite nice.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
But someone's been hard at work while we were on break. And his name is Abel Tesfaye,
Oh.
a.k.a.
Here we go.
The Weeknd.
I'm just gonna get comfy.
Decided to ring in the new year
Uh-huh.
with a new album,
Right.
Dawn FM.
Yes.
103.5.
Mm.
Dawn FM.
Yes, with features such as Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
Quincy Jones,
Yep.
Great.
Tyler the Creator,
Uh-huh.
Lil Wayne,
Uh-huh.
and One O Tricks Point Never. Hard on the production side of it. I've been a Weeknd fan since Trilogy. And I absolutely love, capital L, OVE, this album. I'm addicted to it. There's crack in it because I just can't stop listening to it. It's funky. It's fresh. Turn that shit up in the club. Let the subwoofers rumble the arena. Because this tour is going to be excelente. Did y'all listen to the album?
I listened to most of it.
Listen to most of it?
Yeah.
You listened to some.
All
You
of
listened
it.
to all of it.
All of it.
Right. Well, opinions? I could talk about this for hours. You know this. I already have been for the last week.
I mean, yeah, it's basically Hey Jacob, but with Jeremy, you are the Weeknd aficionado.
True that.
In terms of opinions, mine are quite minimal. I've
Let's hear what your base thoughts.
Yeah, I've liked The Weeknd from a distance. I originally did not, but then I lived with Jeremy for 2 years, and so I either had to learn to go insane or like The Weeknd, and I chose to like The Weeknd. It's a good album. It's got great production. The features are awesome. It's not necessarily for me. Right. It's not something I'm going to pop in my headphones on my walk down the street, but I'm definitely happy I listened to it. I love Jim Carrey and his appearances in other forms of media. I've loved following his little Twitter presence. I think it's always brought me a lot of joy, so hearing him on this album was super fun. He really commits to the part of the radio host, which I really love. My opinions are quite shallow in that aspect. I do not have much more other than that. I think The Weeknd does what The Weeknd does best, which is break your heart and make you want to dance. So if that's what you're into and you like a little bit of electronica, then check it out.
Jacob?
Okay, I will say, not the biggest Weeknd fan.
It's just me, clearly.
It's just Jeremy. And I'm going to pull up the album so I can look at a track list. Bass thoughts. Loved Jim Carrey. I remember I was texting you as I was listening to the album, and just as I got to the point in the album where I was saying, you know what, I wish Jim Carrey were more on this album. I thought that he would be more present. I thought I didn't want just bookends. I wanted like an interlude, something in the middle. Like, he's our host. Let's check in. And as soon as I sent that text, his voice came in my earphones, or I was listening through it on a speaker, and yeah, good pace. Good pacing throughout the album.
Yeah.
Great interludes. Specifically, I told you I liked... what was it that I liked? Oh, man, now I don't remember.
My favorite interlude thus far is the end of Out of Time, which is...
Don't touch that dot.
Yeah,
yes.
Jim Carrey's...
As the song says, you are out of time.
Yeah.
And then it gets into this deep existentialism, and fuck yeah.
Jim Carrey does it best.
Yeah.
It's great. I think Out of Time's my favorite on the album.
It's a good song.
It was, it's my favorite Weeknd album. I'll say that.
Nice.
If I were to rate it, 7.5.
7.5.
7.5.
Okay.
Nice. I haven't finished, so I don't feel like I can give it a rating. I still think after...
Hours. Starboy, Beauty Behind the Madness, Kissland, Trilogy.
Hills.
Beauty Behind the Madness.
Yeah, sorry. I think Beauty Behind the Madness and After Hours are still higher for me. But I think it's solid.
Jeremy's like, what about Starboy?
No.
No?
Starboy's my least favorite.
Really?
Really.
Okay,
no
Jeremy.
No shame in stating it, too.
Wow.
I remember when Starboy came out that I was happy for it for a little bit, and then I was like, alright, can we get more music? Because I'm kind of sick of this.
Right, I think that Starboy might have been overplayed.
I think it
by
was.
us.
Well, listen, come on. I feel it coming.
I blame
False alarm.
I
Love
blame
to
more
lay.
of the radio. There's some I think there are some good songs on that album, but as a whole, it's just not my favorite by him.
That's fine.
It's definitely
It's
my
my second favorite.
After Hours and Beauty Behind the Madness, I think, are definitely my tops. This one's good. It's solid. I don't feel like I can give it a proper review yet, so we'll wait on that. I'll hopefully finish the album this weekend, be able to give you a score next week.
Well, as I said, I've been following The Weeknd since Trilogy.
Very long
I've
time.
seen his growth from dark R&B to house music is what we're venturing into now. This is very clubby. This is very European discotheque, as he likes
European
to quote
discotheque,
on the
definitely.
album.
It sounds cyberpunk. It sounds
Yeah, it does
like
sound a little cyberpunk.
a little like cinematic, very cinematic. I was saying
Sonic Universe, as he put it.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes,
like
very
that.
very
Sure.
cinematic. The Weeknd's inspired by is always inspired by movies for his albums.
Yeah.
Safdies.
Safdies make or one of them makes an appearance on this album. And I have to say, I think this might be my favorite Weeknd album.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's mine.
I think, this is, kind of a no-skip for me. I've had every single song stuck in my head. I'm, at work, just,
Going through the album.
Yeah. I don't think I've had an album so ingrained in my mind since, Blonde.
Great.
Wow.
That's saying something.
That's saying something.
This album has really, like, hatched an egg within my brain of just, like, sonic addiction.
Nice.
You know?
What about Baby Keem album? That was in your head for a while.
It was like
Not on the same level.
3 or 4 songs that were in my head for a while. There were definitely some songs on the Baby Keem album that I would skip, you know?
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't like, skip. But this one, just the way all the tracks transition into each other.
It's perfect.
The way that even if you put it on shuffle, the tracks go into each other.
That's
I
cool.
just don't
haven't tried that yet.
understand how The Weeknd does it. I would give this album a 9. I think The Weeknd has set the bar super high for music for 2022. To all my trilogy stans out there who are always crying every single album, when will The Weeknd go back to his old sound? How can we not appreciate the growth? How can we not be happy for this man? If you want trilogy, guess what? There's 30 whole songs waiting for you.
It's called Trilogy.
To be replayed. It's called Trilogy. This is a new Weeknd, and this is quote him. This is the album he's always wanted to make. So, I can be nothing but happy for him. I'm in love with this album. It's already my album of the year.
Cool.
It's been a month. It's been 14 days.
Do you think that he's going to be wearing the old man makeup on tour? Like, is that his new persona for this whole ride? Like,
the thing is that the tour that he's supposed to be going on next is supposed to be a mix of After Hours and Dawn FM.
Which makes no sense to me, but okay.
It does
if you
consider The Weeknd saying that we're in the middle of a new trilogy. After Hours is about him like dying, and Dawn FM is him in purgatory. It's the storyline.
Okay, so where does he go from there?
Afterlife.
Right.
I think that's what the ad is about on Every Angel is Terrifying. I think.
Oh, the new album's gonna
I don't
be
know.
Afterlife.
Yeah, I don't know if the next album is going to be Afterlife, but I think the next album is going to be around that concept of
might
like
have a song called
heaven and
Afterlife.
hell.
Yeah.
You know, kind of dealing with that.
If you had to pick a track from this new album that you would recommend for the folk at home.
Sacrifice.
Okay.
Have you missed Michael Jackson? Abel sure has.
Uh-huh.
And if you really like Thriller, you'll love Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty similar.
Jacob, favorite track? Track that you want to shout out?
I said Out of Time, right?
Out of
It's Out
Time?
of Time.
I said Out of Time.
I will say I'm crossed between Take My Breath and... Is it Do It Again?
Here we go again.
Here we
featuring
go
Tyler
again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are my
yeah,
two
that
favorites.
was the transition, I think.
From Out of Time into
Here
Here we go again, yeah.
yeah.
I just really love Tyler, and I think that he brings a nice energy to this.
Always.
Yeah, I give it I give it a 9 because I subtract 2 half points from the album.
For what?
1 half point for the Every Angel is Terrifying interlude, which I have grown to love, but you know, it's like I can't play the song outside of the album where it's like this ad for Afterlife.
It's like Facebook story in that way.
Yeah, and like a couple tracks before that, Jim Carrey's like a half hour of ad-free music, and then that happens. I was like, hey, well, your own universe is getting messed up. And then I subtract another half point because the Lil Wayne feature is kind of mid.
Ooh.
I think so.
It's a claim.
Wow!
It's a claim.
I'll say
Wow! I was like
I didn't
classic Wayne.
I didn't like it. I thought it was a weird song for him to be on. I didn't think it made much sense. Tyler made sense on Here We Go Again.
There's a lot of songs that Wayne's on though, and you're like, why is Wayne on this?
Yeah.
You know? There's like
I do. And this is one of them. I do like the song I Heard You're Married. I like it itself. And then Lil Wayne comes on, and then I'm like, alright, I'll stop dancing for a few seconds. Then the Weeknd comes back on, and I'm like, alright. You know? But yeah, Dawn FM. Jeremy approved.
The Jeremy Suarez seal of approval.
Ding! Looking forward to all the other music that 2022 has to offer. This was really a big surprise, and I hope... Honestly, I liked the way he announced this album. just a week before, albums coming out this weekend. I wish more artists would do that.
Yeah.
I think we're past the point of like single, big poster, whole rollout. Like I find like
you used to have to get people into the album, so they'd buy the record, so they'd listen to the whole thing and be like, okay, well I know I like track 3, 5, and 9. Let me actually listen to this whole record. Now
word of mouth is so like instantaneous.
I mean, I was even going to say that streaming has kind of made it that, like, if you make singles, that's the only thing you're going to get plays on. That it's like, you drop your 3 singles, people either love them or hate them, and then it's either, oh, I love the singles, but the rest of the album's mid, or I hated the singles, so I'm not listening to the album.
It's a weird position with streaming. Because, like...
It's so weird these
some
days.
people have taken, like there are, like Drake dropped Scorpion, which was like a double-sided album, and like Kanye's dropping like almost 2-hour albums, and like
no, but he's taking like 3 years to make them.
Yeah, but it's like, but it's like there's a trend of like overly long albums nowadays, and there's also a trend of like less than 10-track albums nowadays, and I think it's because of streaming, because people will just kind of like. Play the whole thing.
You want those 2-minute songs.
Exactly. You want those 2-minute songs. People will just kind of play the whole thing, leave it on in the background. Like whenever you go on like the Apple Music top charts, it's always like entire albums in it, just because that's what people are streaming. It's not just one song anymore. And so I think this kind of rollout where it's just like, hey guys, it's coming out in 5 days, get your asses ready. You know?
I personally prefer a lot of what the kind of gaming industry has moved toward, which is less, it's coming out in a week, and more, hey, go get it.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I always love that. Hey guys, this game is going to be a PS5 exclusive,
Surprise.
and it's out right now. It's my favorite thing to hear. Even if it's like something that I wasn't like super interested in, I'm always like, whoa!
I could get
so
it
cool.
now?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so I hope more of that. We've been talking a lot about new music. Shall we take a step back and talk about some old movies from last year?
Movies that won awards?
Awards?
Prestigious awards.
Kind of like
The Golden Globes aren't prestigious?
They're mid.
What? Hot take. Oh my, I think that's a hot take.
Listen,
as far as
listen,
Like this isn't the Critics' Choice Awards here. This is the Golden Globes.
That's fine. All I'm saying
No offense.
is
Critics'
last
Choice
year there was a lot of controversy around the show, and this year they did the entire show on Twitter. So, personally, I think they've kind of taken themselves out of contention as one of the big dogs.
I think, yeah, but it was like pandemic reasons. It wasn't like we don't want to stream this reasons, because Golden Globes know that they get viewers.
Yeah, but I think if they thought they were going to get viewers, they would have done a virtual, like, at-home show. They wouldn't have
I
done,
don't know.
like...
The very sudden
They literally
decision.
were like, we're going to postpone the Globes. By the way, here's all the winners.
Yeah, it's weird. This year's weird. But also, like, are you saying that it's like Emmys, Oscars, right, at the top? And then what, SAG Awards?
I would... And then Globes.
And then Globes.
Yeah.
And then it comes...
Like, PGA, Critics' Choice, WGA. No, I mean all of, like...
Oh,
I think
those
it's
are-
like,
It's a tier list, not
it's
a
like,
ranking.
it's like if
Okay.
we're doing S rank, it's like Emmys, Oscars,
Yeah.
like the big
Tonys.
Tonys,
I know, the EGOTs.
Grammys.
The
The
EGOTs.
EGOTs are S rank. A rank, we have SAG Awards, now Golden Globes. Critics' Choice, I think I might put up there.
Okay.
Producers Guild, like
Wow.
the A shows.
I like Screenwriters Guild.
Screenwriters
I like their
Guild, yeah.
awards.
And then, like, Teen Choice Awards and
That's
Kids
like
Choice
B-
Awards are
well,
like...
those I think are like
They're
anything
cool.
voted on by
They
the
are
people
fun.
are like C tier. B tier is like kind of the mid ones. The like
So not Golden Globes.
Yeah, Golden
Gold-
Globes.
Well, you put Golden Globes in the A.
It's,
in the
no,
A tier.
Yeah,
the A
they're-
tier is EGOT.
no, the
S
S
tier.
tier is
The S
EGOT.
tier,
A
sorry.
tier is so when
Globes,
I say mid,
SAG
I mean
Awards.
more mid than they've been in the past. I think
Okay.
in the past Globes have very much solidified their place in the S tier. As like the Golden Globes are what determine the Oscars. If you win the Globe, you're winning the Oscar. And now I think there's a lot of opinion of like, if you win the Globe, you're probably not winning the Oscar.
Right, because they gave you the Globe.
They gave you the Globe, or the people that are doing the Oscars are like, oh, they got the Globe?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't
Let's.
know
How
about-
about we go through these?
These winners
These
this year?
winners.
Sure.
Are we only discussing winners?
We can discuss the nominees. We talked about the nominees when the nominations came
out.
We can say winners.
We bet, didn't we?
We can mention if like we really liked another performance or whatever how we feel. We don't have to go through every single thing,
The Oscars haven't been announced yet, right?
No.
Just the SAG Awards. SAG Awards were very different than the Globes, though. And we'll talk about the SAG Awards when we get a little bit closer. There's just so many awards happening right now that we don't want to cover 2 shows in one go. It'll be a very long episode. So this is just about the Globes. We will have opinions on the SAG Awards, so just keep that in mind.
All right. Do you want to take us through
some of the first ones. Okay. So, we're starting with television.
Yeah.
Best performance by an actor in a television series, musical, or comedy went to Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso. Mm-hmm. I'm glad.
I love Jason.
I'm glad.
I love Jason.
Yes.
This is Anthony Anderson's last season.
Of Blackish.
It is the final season on a show that's been really important for television. I think it's...
Have you seen it?
Yes.
And
I like Blackish a lot.
Better than Ted Lasso?
They're different.
Right.
But
they're very different.
You gotta decide.
Yeah, you can't just give a pity award.
If I'm picking performance, I might give it to Anthony Anderson. I loved Jason Sudeikis in season 1 of Ted Lasso. I think season 2 had a lot of perks of people loving season 1 and giving it a little bit of that, like, we really liked season 1, so we're going to put that love into season 2. I thought season 2 was very good, but I didn't think it quite hit the bar of season 1. I think Anthony Anderson deserves to get recognized for the work that he's done on Blackish, and I'm going to check, because I don't believe that he has. I don't think
Blackish has gotten much recognition.
Very interesting.
Yeah, he's been nominated for Blackish over and over and over again. Nominated 3 times for Blackish.
Wow.
Interesting.
And he's never won. And the show is ending this year. So, feels like a missed opportunity. I think the Emmys will probably end up giving it to him, because they've nominated him, I think, like 6 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's been nominated 7 times for Blackish at the Emmys and has not won. He's been nominated 3 times at the Globes.
That must be so annoying.
Yeah.
To play a character.
That was Leonardo DiCaprio for the longest.
Yeah, to be nominated and nominated and nominated and nominated and nominated.
It was my problem with the Emmys in the past when Modern Family was...
Always winning every freaking award, and the show was alright. The Modern Family was alright, guys. I watched it, and I'll say it.
I thought it was solid, but there were a lot of times that the same actor was winning the same award, and you would look at the seasons of the show and be like, were these really, like, is this
the pinnacle
of performance? Like, is this really... I don't know.
What's next, Jacob?
Next up, we've got Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series, Musical, or Comedy. This one went to Jean Smart for Hacks.
I've never heard of the show, and
I've seen posters.
I'm just gonna jump ahead and put in best where is it? Best television series, musical, or comedy. Hacks also won, and now I'm like, all right, what the heck is Hacks?
Apparently, really good. It did the exact same thing last year, where a bunch of people were like, Hacks?
What's Hacks?
Hacks was nominated last year too.
I believe so. I remember talking about it and being like, oh, and all these nominations for Hacks.
Cool.
Is it like a coding show, or is it?
No, it's about stand-up comics, I believe.
Okay,
Hacks.
Okay, yeah. All right, cool.
I'll check it out. HBO Max?
I believe so.
All right. Next up, I love.
They finally put Succession in the right category.
Yes, Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series, Drama.
Yeah, I was gonna fight people if Succession got nominated as a comedy again this season. It's not a comedy.
No.
Seriously.
And I can say that now with good faith.
You watched it!
I'm in season 3 right now. I've been binging.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanna. Okay, we'll talk about it. The winner goes to Jeremy Strong for his performance as Kendall.
Now this is for season 3, right?
Season 3, I think, is very well deserved.
Yes.
He gave an incredible performance this season, and it's one of those that I'm like, yeah, he did something new.
Yeah.
That was not the same Kendall from season 2.
Or
it was
one.
or one.
From the
They're
get-go.
very different characters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think you can very much say that like this is an example of someone really presenting something new.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Next up, best performance by an actress in a television series drama. We've got MJ Rodriguez for Pose.
I haven't watched Pose.
I think after Succession, I might start Pose.
Pose is next. Yeah.
I've heard only good things about Pose.
I will say so.
And let's go queer television.
Nice.
Yes.
You know?
I want to watch The White Lotus next.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, that's
because
also
we're getting
on
the
my
second
list.
season of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to Fred.
Here we go. Shout out to Fred, friend of the pod. All right. Best performance by an actor in a limited series or motion picture made for television goes to Michael Keaton for Dope Sick.
I definitely want to watch this.
Yeah, gotta check it out.
I know a collective
Really
member,
good
Will
actors.
Callahan, really liked Dope Sick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we both auditioned for Dope
We
Sick,
did
so
indeed.
I
So-
definitely want to watch it and see what they did with not only the characters we auditioned for, but just like the whole show in general, because it's so well written.
Good stuff. Go Michael Keaton.
Woo!
Okay.
This is one my mom was really excited about.
Best performance by an actress in a limited series or a motion picture made for television. And it went to Kate Winslet for Mayor of Easttown.
I heard it was just like an absolutely brutal
I've
show.
also
She's
heard really good
badass,
things
right?
about
That,
it.
but badass in that way that's like when you first meet her, she's not like, I'm a powerful woman who has no problem. It's like her life is
Do you know
falling.
any characters like that?
There used to be a lot. It used to be like if you wanted a powerful woman, she like didn't have emotions or was like just tough.
I think I see where. I think I know like
you
what
know
kind
the kind of character I'm
There's one of
talking
those
about?
characters in The Mandalorian. Anyway.
It's one of those characters in the MCU. Hot take.
Hot take.
Ooh. This very much according to my mom. She's a character that shows up and it's like, oh no, her life is falling the fuck apart. And like,
Okay.
however, she's gonna figure out how to do this. And Evan Peters is apparently like really, really good.
Okay, we gotta watch.
Peters is an-
Where is it?
HBO?
Mayor is HBO, yeah.
Okay.
HBO straight.
If only the app would work on my PlayStation.
Oof.
Ah,
Right?
we'd watch a lot more HBO.
Yeah, we would.
Speaking of HBO.
Yes, best television series drama went to Succession.
I'm looking at the other shows that are nominated. Lupin,
Le Pen.
Morning Show, Pose, and Squid Game are all fantastic. I haven't seen Squid Game yet, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Put it on the list.
I think it's already on the list.
Okay.
Only seen
but
Squid Game and Succession on this
Succession
list.
Season 3, I had doubts up until about the halfway point in the season. I was like, I don't like the way it's going.
You had
And
doubts?
then
I have like maybe it's because I've been watching them all back to back, but I have like nothing but like pure faith in season
the
3.
writers
That's
of
so
the
funny.
The writers of the show, it's like Jesse Armstrong can feel, and I know it has nothing to do with me, but can feel like right as I'm about to be
Your
like,
cringe level.
I don't know, and he's like, wait,
Hold on.
here you go, and I'm like, so good,
Yeah.
so well written.
Everyone, go watch Succession.
Yes.
Don't walk, run.
Sprint.
Best television limited series or motion picture made for television went to The Underground Railroad.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know too much about.
We gotta watch more TV.
Yeah. Well, look, we have a great list of things to watch right here.
Look at us.
Some fabulous nominees.
All right, next up, another good one. Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in a series, limited series, or motion picture made for television. It went to Sarah Snook for Succession.
I just want to say, like, shout out to Caitlin Dever for Dope Sick, because to get a
Alright.
nomination like I know it sucks for people who lose. It's gotta be awful to lose, but to be that young and get nominated against some incredible actresses for this kind of award, congratulations. She totally deserves it. She's a very talented actress.
Yes.
She's in my favorite movie of all time, no, she's not in Stuck in Love. She is in Stuck in Love. Whoa! Sorry, she's in my favorite movie of all time, Stuck in Love, and then she's also in another one of my favorite movies, Short Term 12. So she's an incredible actress. I've been following her career for a while.
Amazing. All right, next up, we've got best performance by an actor in a supporting role in a series, limited series, or motion picture
This
made
was
for
a
television.
Very interesting one.
Yes. This one goes to Oh Young-soo for Squid Game.
He plays the old man.
Yes.
Contestant 1.
One.
Very, very surprising. Honestly, not actually. Well, I mean, not surprising in the sense that like I didn't think he would get it,
He's a great actor.
but just
Old actor, too.
yeah, you know, good for him.
I don't know about that. I feel like there is that feeling when you see his name, at least for me, on the list of like, oh, that's really sweet that they gave him the nomination.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
And you're kind of going, oh, okay, it's between Billy Crudup and Kieran Culkin. Or like, oh, Mark Duplass, oh, Brett Goldstein. And then to have it go to Squid Game is like, I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that they got a little
really
bit of
watch
exposition. Yes.
It's a good time.
I gotta see the morning show season 2.
Yes, me too. I want to watch both of them. It's really hard right now, I think, especially following Succession, to be like, let's sit down and watch another show about how horrible people are. I think it's why I've enjoyed, like, Coco so much. It's like, just take a breath from, like, really awful people dealing with awful situations.
That's why I feel like I took a break from, like, TV dramas and stuff. Even comedies, because they're now verging on, like, we're funny, but we're also gonna, like, break your heart a lot.
Switch categories, yeah. Good for Squid Game.
Good for Squid Game. Now, best television series, musical, or comedy?
Which we already said.
Yep.
Yes, which we already said. Great. Hacks. Congrats.
Moving into movies.
Best motion picture, musical, or comedy went to West Side Story.
I again think we need to point out, we say it every year. I remember us saying it last year. Musicals and comedies should not be nominated in the same category. This year, there are 3 musicals. Last year, there were 2. I just want to point out the fact that West Side Story, Tick, Tick, Boom, and Cyrano, I don't really feel like fall into the same category.
Cyrano's a musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't Look Up or Licorice Pizza.
I see what you're saying.
2 pretty pure comedies. Well, Don't Look Up is even a little bit into that drama category.
I feel like West Side Story is the only movie that's here that's probably, like, not funny. Because Tick, Tick, Boom had some funny moments. And I'm sure Cyrano's going to have some funny moments as well.
But I also wouldn't call them, like, I would not call Tick, Tick, Boom a comedy.
No, absolutely not.
Which is why I think they should be separated into 2 distinct categories. Because last year we had Hamilton in there. There was one year we had La La Land nominated for Best Musical. And I was like, you can't compare this to a, like, straight comedy. They do different things to your emotions. And I feel like the fact that West Side Story won, you leave the movie being like, wow, that hit me really hard. That's the best movie. And not like, oh, I laughed super hard. Yeah. That's the best movie.
Yeah, it's always weird that they do that.
That's my biggest problem with the Globes, is that musicals and comedies are in the same category.
It's weird, but you know what? They give all that love to drama. Best motion picture drama went to The Power of the Dog, which I've heard only good things about. My parents watched it and loved it.
Interesting.
So
I heard Coda was amazing.
They also watched Coda and they also said that was incredible.
Child of Deaf Adults.
Yes. Best motion picture foreign language went to Drive My Car.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
We've talked about a hero, and I believe The Hand of God and Parallel Mothers.
Is The Hand of God the animated one?
No, Hand of God is the Italian one. About a young filmmaker growing up in Italy and the experiences that he has. Yes, it's Netflix.
Okay. Best screenplay motion picture went to Kenneth Branagh for Belfast.
Congratulations, you absolute champion. You are so good.
True.
I don't think
none of us saw Belfast, right?
No, but Kenneth Branagh is
I trust.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I trust him too. Best original song for a motion picture went to No Time to Die from No Time to Die by Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell.
Makes me very happy.
Very nice. It was a good song. I feel a certain way towards Dos Oruguitas, but that's just a sentimental thing, you know.
Yeah, just touches your heart in a special way.
Just touches my heart in a special way.
Nice.
Love that.
Best actor in a supporting role in any motion picture.
How do you separate the movies into comedy and drama and just go, oh, the actors, one category?
Yeah, that's
really weird.
It's
really weird.
But it went to Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog.
Power of the Dog swept a little bit.
We gotta see
now, Cody, he's
the young boy.
The young boy.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
In any motion picture.
I know, right? I was like, any.
Yeah.
You beat Ben Affleck, kid.
Yeah.
Good on ya.
Best supporting actor.
Best actress in a supporting role in any motion picture went to Ariana DeBose, West Side Story.
The best Anita I've ever seen.
Yes.
I love Rita Moreno.
I'm so happy with this.
Moreno, thank you.
Yeah.
But she was so good.
I'm so happy with this category. I remember we walked out of West Side Story being like, Rachel Zegler and Ariana DeBose were the best things about the movie.
Yep.
And I'm happy that they got recognition.
Yep.
Best actor in a motion picture, musical or comedy. Oh, see, they do separate it.
Just for
the best actor, not for supporting.
Yeah.
Stupid. Best actor in a motion picture, musical, comedy went to Andrew Garfield. Tick, tick, boom. Yes, yes, and yes.
I showed them this movie the other
and I loved it. I loved it.
I
I'm
loved
speaking for Jacob.
So
we loved it. It was great. Go watch Tick Tick Boom if you haven't.
Yeah, seriously.
Best Motion Picture Animated went to Encanto.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also very happy with
Pixar.
Luca, you have loved.
I loved Luca.
I've heard
I
nothing
did
but
like
good
Luca.
things about
And
Raya.
Raya.
Last
I
Dragon.
did like Luca. I didn't see Raya, but I did love Encanto.
I've heard nothing
Check
but
out
good
Raya.
things about Raya. Didn't
seen
Queen
Raya.
write Raya?
I want to say yeah.
I'm gonna check just
Please
to make
do.
sure that I don't fuck this up, but I believe.
I thought so.
Yeah. Raya, of course, written by Queen. I always fuck up his last name. None? Yeah.
When?
Nguyen?
Queen when?
Queen Nguyen. Thank you.
That's
Queen wrote Baguettes, Fall of High School Ronin, which was the show that Jacob and I did as our final project for our senior year of high school. So congratulations, Queen. It's very exciting to get to watch you do cool things in the animated and also in the world of Marvel, because he works for Marvel as well.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Doing what? Working on what?
I believe he worked on What If, but I'm going to check.
That is so
Sure.
interesting.
No, I'm crazy.
Oh, just made up that.
I remember him talking about it, I believe, but I'm not finding any proof.
In your dreams.
Yeah, it honestly might have been a dream that I had.
Yeah.
He does work for Disney now, though.
Great. Awesome.
Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama went to Will Smith, King Richard. I was surprised by this.
I am as well. I have not seen King Richard.
Same.
I've heard split things about both this and Being the Ricardos, which we're going to talk about in the next category. So I'll be interested to see these performances.
Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama went to Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos.
Yes.
We all know Nicole Kidman's a great actor.
She is. Based on the trailer, I didn't know that I necessarily believed her as Lucy, but I'm willing to give the movie a shot. I think Aaron Sorkin's a great director.
Yeah, I've also heard split things about Being the Ricardos.
They're two iconic human beings. Like, aside from just being iconic characters, like as people, they're icons.
Mm-hmm.
It is so hard to cast people to play them
No,
and not have the audience being like, Lucy wouldn't have done it like that.
Mm.
It's tough. It's really tough.
Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy went to Rachel Zegler for West Side Story. Another one I'm very happy about. Yes, yes,
She did so well.
and yes.
Yeah.
She, was Maria.
Yeah. She played the part before, so unsurprising, but definitely earned.
Great job at it.
When you do a nationwide hunt for your lead, you tend to find a really good lead.
Exactly. I wish they did the same thing for Tony.
Oop.
Best Director, Motion Picture went to Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog.
Power of the Dog just swept.
Yeah, we really have to watch that now.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be an Oscar contender, Power of the Dog.
Last but not
Last
least.
but not least, Jeremy.
Best Original Score went to Dune, Hans Zimmer. I mean,
So creative.
I love the Encanto score.
Yeah.
It's viral, it's popular, but that Dune score be hitting different sometimes.
Yeah.
It really does be.
And Parallel Mothers getting nominated for Best Original Score. Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. Congratulations to all the winners and to all the nominees.
Seriously, yeah, if you got nominated for a Golden Globe, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is an achievement in its own right.
Yeah.
This list definitely gives us some new stuff.
To watch,
To
for
watch.
sure. As did the SAG Award nominations, which were very different. I'm looking forward to talking about those in the future.
Yeah, and we also have a few things to watch that are
Coming out this week. And
Yeah,
one that we missed last week, which
One
I'm
that
going
we
to apologize
missed.
for. This segment's going to be a bit shorter this week. I talked a lot last week because it was our first time back, so I wanted to keep this one nice and short, so I'm going to try and fly through
Like you do every
movies of the week.
Yeah.
All right. So, in terms of things that have already come out, Munich, The Edge of War from Packcast 45 arrives on Netflix Friday, January 21st, and the same day, A Hero, which we just talked about as one of the nominees for Outstanding Foreign Film, arrives on Prime Friday, January 21st. Check both of those out. The movie that we missed last week was Sex Appeal, which arrived on Hulu a few days ago. We missed it because the website that I use for movie releases still doesn't have it listed, so I'm going to probably put that in when the podcast is over. I know about this movie because I follow a lot of the people that worked on it, and Jacob actually auditioned for it, and so we got kind of an inside line on it.
We
Cool.
did.
From production company American High, who do really great projects. They did a movie called The Binge. They did a movie called Banana Split. They're a really good production company. I got a lot of respect for them. Comes the directorial debut of Talia Ostin. Sex Appeal is the story of Avery, a perfectionist who enlists the help of a friend to perfect the art of sex. Written by Tate Hanyok, the film looks super funny, and something that I really loved when I watched the trailer is that it doesn't appear we have any teenage sex scenes. It appears that all of the sex takes place in this kind of abstract, almost like futurism, kind of like metaphorical exploration of space versus like we're going to see them have sex. It's like they're going to talk about what they're going to do and then show it in this kind of art house way. Yeah, we're not going to see anybody having sex. I think it's a great way to avoid showing teenagers having sex, but to still discuss the subject of teen sexuality. I'm definitely going to be watching this one because I think it looks super good. For this week's releases, it's a bit of a quiet week. There's not a ton coming out, but there's still some stuff to talk about. First up, coming to Netflix on Thursday, January 20th, is The Royal Treatment, directed by Rick Jacobson and written by Holly Hester. It's the story of a New York hairdresser who falls in love with a prince, whose wedding she's supposed to be working. It's a cute romance movie.
Yeah, this sounds... I feel like I've heard this plot before.
Yeah, it looks like some nice tuck yourself in from the cold fun.
This is like that one TikTok where it's like, I can't move, I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what? Johnny, close up the bar. I'm moving to London.
Next up, from Ukrainian writer-director Katerina Gornostai, comes Stop Zamila, a look at the life of youth in Ukraine. The director has been heralded for her ability to show life without artificiality. That's exactly what the trailer looks like. It looks like a straight, honest look at just people and the way they live their lives. So if that's the kind of movie that you're interested in, definitely check it out.
Slice of life film.
Super slice of life. Like, even more than a lot of slice of life films that American directors tend to make, this seems like really like put the camera down and just let people talk. Which I think can be either really, really interesting or really, really boring. So I will be very interested to see what this particular director puts on.
So it's a documentary?
No, it's a narrative. But it looks very just like we're just going to drop the camera and just like film.
Cool.
Finally, this last one that I want to discuss is from Asian director Amy Wong. It comes the story of a Chinese-American police officer who has to deal with the fallout of shooting an innocent black man through a wall. The film is called A Shot Through the Wall. It looks brutally honest, real, it feels super timely, the acting looks incredibly powerful. I'm super interested to see what this particular director brings to this particular story, especially at this time in history where we're dealing with the fallout of the George Floyd case, where an Asian American officer had to deal with that conflict of interest. I'm really interested to see this film. It looks like something we should definitely take a look at when it comes out. That's it for me.
Wow.
There are a few more movies.
Record
Down
time.
in the description. I talked so much last week, and we talked a lot about the Golden Globes. I wanted to keep it short this week. So if you see any of the movies that I just mentioned, or anything in the description below, let us know. Send us a comment. Facebook, Instagram, not Google+, we're not over there. Maybe down in the YouTube comments. Just, let us know what you're watching. Let us know what you're enjoying. We'd love to take a look at some new cinema, and we'd love to know that we're helping you to support filmmakers around the world. Go see more movies. Go watch more TV. Consume more content. Speaking of consumable content, what have we been consuming?
All right. Well, obviously, I've been listening to Dawn FM nonstop. I think my Apple Music has the play count at 15.
Nice.
Today I finally listened to something else, so that was really nice.
Oh, cool.
As much as I love The Weeknd, I was like, I should probably listen to something else. I saw Pineapple Express for the first time a couple days ago,
What'd
and
you
I
think?
really enjoyed it.
It's really
I was
good.
in the appropriate mind state to be watching it.
Fabulous.
And it was a lot of fun. It was so funny. Even though James Franco's kind of a creep nowadays.
Nowadays.
But
yeah,
good stuff. It's a good movie for its time. You know?
yeah. There's a lot of jokes that would not fly.
Oh, at all.
Totally. What else? I'm still playing F1 2021. I'm still playing Apex Legends. I'm playing Tales of Arise. I'm still watching Succession. As I said earlier, I'm on season 3, episode 3, 4. 3, 4.
Wow.
Yeah, I have been binging. I've been binging for sure.
Nice.
Anything else? No, I feel like that's it. Yeah. Logan?
Great. I watched for the first time this week Fight Club, which I really loved. I knew the twist going in, which I think spoiled the viewing a little bit for me, but being able to see the hints coming was kind of cool. I watched Coco for the first time. Also, Jacob showed me that one.
That's a good one.
Incredible movie. I fucking sobbed. I was laying on Jacob's bed watching this movie, and just the tears started running, and I was like, oh, wow. I just looked over at him and I'm like, you really wanted to make me cry today, didn't you? I've discovered YouTuber Sixteenleo, who's very funny. I want to shout out his channel. I think he's doing some really cool stuff. He does some really long, video essay type videos.
Cool.
Less video essay and more just video commentary.
On what's the topic that he likes to focus on?
It's a lot of just weird people. It's this person is a person and they kind of suck. And we should maybe point that out. He did
should talk about them.
He did a lot of episodes on Big Ed from 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh,
which
awkward.
I watched some of.
Yeah, I've heard not.
Yeah.
He's a creep.
I didn't like him from the
get-go. He's
get-go.
just an awful human being. And I hadn't watched 90 Day Fiancé, so I didn't know all the crap. So I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm reading a book called The Heir Apparent, which Jacob loaned to me, which I'm enjoying so far.
Cool name.
Yes.
Someone should make that into a movie or a TV show or something.
Mayhaps I will. I have begun the new season of Dimension 20 called A Starstruck Odyssey, based on Brennan Lee Mulligan's mother's graphic novel.
Oh, that's
Wow.
cute.
Yeah, he got to base the world off the graphic novel that his mom wrote, so I thought
Free
that was
promo.
super cool. Shout out Elaine Lee. And I don't think I'm actually watching anything else. I've been tempted to watch some things on Netflix, but I'm really just into watching movies right now. It's been feeling really good to catch up on
it's nice to
cinema.
get some closure. you know?
Yeah, it's nice to have just 2 hours and be like, oh wow, I'm done.
Yeah.
So that's really what I've been watching. I just started playing a lot more Persona 5 Strikers.
Nice.
There's one other game I feel like. Oh, and Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, which he gave me. I've been enjoying a lot.
Good. I'm happy.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm enjoying the content that I'm consuming, and I'm enjoying getting to share some movies with you, because we've been doing that a lot recently.
Yes.
What about you? What you been checking out?
I finished season 9 of Masterchef. I finished season 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm watching with my sister.
You've already seen.
I've already
the
seen.
seasons,
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of seasons.
A lot, but not all. So
No.
maybe next I'll watch a season that I haven't seen yet.
The new one just started.
Yeah, a newer one.
You have my YouTube TV login.
True
You
that.
could watch it.
Thank you. I just might take you up on that. Let me see. What else?
Tick, tick, boom.
I did watch Tick
Tick Tick Boom as well. I'll put
Very
that in there as
good.
well.
Very good. Gosh, what have I been watching, y'all?
Right, you
know,
feel like you've
man.
been watching so much, and then you're
I-
like, what have I consumed this week?
The Book of Boba, I'm still
Oh,
watching.
yeah,
I watched
nice.
episode 2 and it was...
Was it better? No,
Alright.
it wasn't.
It was
it was about the same.
It's about the same.
Alright.
It's about the same. We gotta talk about this show. It's...
At some point.
Yeah, at
we
some
gotta
point.
talk about Spider-Man
When it's
first.
done,
Oh my god.
we do have to talk about Spider-Man for sure. You know, I was there, we watched Pineapple Express, and...
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm still listening to This Is Important
Good
by
podcast.
iHeart Radio, and The Pleasure Is Ours. It's like their other podcast.
Oh,
Nice,
okay.
nice.
Yeah, I was like, what's that? I
It's
feel like you haven't
sponsored
mentioned that
by
before.
Trojan.
Got you.
It's
Okay.
one of those.
Yeah, it's a, yeah, okay.
It's one of those. They have like a phrase, like a motto of the week, and they kind of delve into it and
They play with it.
discuss. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's fun.
Cool.
Like, 20
Yeah.
minutes.
It's cute, yeah.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
That's all I'm shouting out this week.
Nice.
Speaking of Trojans, did you hear? Sorry, this is just a very.
I know, I gotta buy
random
condoms. Anyway,
aside. This
what?
is a very random aside. Did you? I don't know. Wait, let's. Okay. Just in case
No.
I'm
Let's
looking this up.
let's keep it on the record.
Okay, fine. Did you hear this story about Drake? And the-
No, and I don't want to. This has been episode 45 of the Blackwolves
It's
Packcast.
actually been
Tune
episode
it-
47.
47. I said 45.
I'm gonna pause. Shout out of the week goes to Justin Chapman for commenting on our last podcast. He's very excited for the spoiler cast, which we have to record very soon.
Yes.
Okay. We'll
We've
record
got-
that one next week.
We've got to watch. I have to show my mom No Way Home.
Yeah, we gotta
Far From Home, so we can watch No Way Home again and like get that refresh before the spoiler cast.
Yeah.
Spoiler cast coming very soon, we promise.
So you've got time to see it.
You've got time to see the movie. We're trying to give you a little bit more time. Even though you've probably been spoiled on everything that's in the movie by now, try and see it.
Complex is posting.
Yeah.
Spoilers. So
I saw spoilers before a movie. I went to see West Side Story, and I saw spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home before West Side Story.
like in the seat, you're sitting waiting for like the
the
trailer.
previews to start,
That's true,
and it
yeah.
was like, "Hey, in Spider-Man No Way Home," and I was like,
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
"What?" Because they were talking about Morbius.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our shout out of the week. Thank you, Justin, for commenting. If you want to be our shout out of the week, comment on this podcast, and we might shout you out next week.
Do it!
Shout out to Anchor, our lovely sponsor. Thank you so much. Mwah! If you're looking to get into your own podcast making, it's fun. We love it. Check out Anchor. They are your one-stop shop. for
Anchor.fm.
All you need podcast. I believe that's it.
Yep.
On pause.
All right. I'm Jacob Wade.
I'm Logan Riley Brunner. Sorry.
We usually go like this.
Yeah.
I'm Jeremy Van Suarez, and you gotta be heaven to see heaven. May peace be with you.
Like the song says, you're out of time. Well, you couldn't end it on
You can end
yours,
it
or you
however
can end
you
it
want
on
to
mine.
end it, Mr. Editor.
Bye, guys.